bloated, you know. But after some time, when I discovered that it makes me bloated, I said not to be taking much of gaseous intake. Rather, I prefer taking water, much water. Wake up in the morning, the first thing I take water.
Sometimes if I overfeed, I will be a kind of uncomfortable. The stomach has to, just a kind of, not really swollen, but it's as a result of overfeeding. Then the stomach will be extra size, but after some time, it will subside again.
To hear what you know and think about bloating. It tells us that you observe changes in your body, and if you are not observant of your body's changes, you should start to do so at this moment. Wonderful. We have an exciting program for you, so don't go anywhere. Bloating is common, and about 16 to 30% of people say they experience it regularly. Although bloating may be a symptom of a serious medical condition, it is usually caused by something in your diet. Bloating can cause pain, serious discomfort, especially with that stuffed feeling. It can also make your stomach look bigger. Bloating can be caused by lactose intolerance and a lot of carbonated beverages. There are ways to reduce or eliminate bloating. Don't eat too much at a time. Oftentimes, people who experience bloating have increased sensitivity to food in the stomach. Therefore, eating smaller meals can be very helpful. Reduce your intake of foods and drinks that include fructose or sorbitol. Avoid chewing gum. Reduce your intake of carbonated drinks. Slow down when you eat. Avoid foods that cause gas. Be careful with sugar alcohols. You can also take digestive enzyme supplements. Here are some foods that do not cause bloating that you can prepare and you can enjoy for your good health. Sweet potatoes, cucumber, lettuce, spinach, fresh herbs, bananas, oranges, strawberries. There are a lot more. Do some research, find them out, and continue to live a healthy and a fulfilling life. longevity and healthy living. When we refer to a healthy lifestyle, we're referring to what you eat, how you take care of your body, and exercise must come in whatever form you find comfortable. But it's good to diversify your exercises. If you jog today, go to the gym tomorrow, do some workout at home the next day, then go swimming next. And that's how we found some people making swimming a very exciting sport. We captured it for you. You don't want to miss this. It's quite exciting to work out in a fun way, just like this. Swimming does exceptional things for the body, including promoting cardiovascular health.
Swimming is a very good exercise because first, it exercises your heart. When you're underwater, you have to hold your breath. It exercises your heart, your lungs, and basically every muscle on your body. You have to use them when you're swimming, which is very good.
Yeah, I enjoy swimming because it just helps me reduce stress.
Swimming can help you with your heart, cardio, and also it can build your shoulders and your legs kicking.
Swimming is good for the body because if you are stuck in the ocean and then you're being attacked by a shark, you can just go swimming and save yourself.
Swimming can be a competitive sport, but the benefits are so diverse and positively impactful that you win just by being a part of it.
You guys all want to stand together for one picture together?
Research shows that this very exciting and interesting cardiovascular exercise, swimming, works very well with our wards and children from an early age. Then it becomes a lifestyle and promotes optimal health and productivity.
I really like it. Swimming helps the body by when you exercise, it makes you stronger and not look fat. And also, it can help keep the body warmed up for the day and ready.
And I really want to go out there and represent Nigeria with all my might and help them to win different kind of competitions.
Swimming is like a thing I do every day. I practice often. I've been training for this competition.
It's also really neat to have the community come together to be as one and to really enjoy an activity which is quite fun, which is swimming. And if there's anything that I would strongly suggest for the government to do is invest more money and time into the swim program, because more activities for kids makes happy kids, and happy kids makes a happy society. So that's what I believe in.
David, go!
Swimming is fantastic for the children. This type of arrangement actually helps them to know where they are, gives a baseline. We need to put this as a curriculum in our studies, in our schools. It's not only about reading. I know that these things can give people scholarships to go and study in fantastic schools abroad. So it's something that I would want to happen more than once a year, actually.
I'm very happy, actually. Our children has got such kind of, opportunity which it was not there for us at our age. And this place, I know it. Then even the school is also doing well because they have a curriculum.
you see. The more you swim, the healthier and fitter you become. So what are you waiting for? Join in. Your health is what you make of it. Every action you take on a daily basis is either contributing or removing or depleting from your good health. And of course, we always tell you that your best wealth is great health. Can you imagine a life where you dispense with drugs? You don't take medicines? There are other ways to access good health when you are ill. Well, that's what we have found out. And we are hearing stories of people who have come from debilitating positions to a place of comfortable and good health. And if you stay with us, you also get to see this. Managing one's health to enhance productivity and longevity should be a lifelong purpose. It is good health that enables one to survive, surmount, and achieve enduring success. When we ail from one disease or the other, it brings about obstacles, discomfort, and many a time loss of income. You may think they are just relaxing, right? Well, they are not. Okay, in a way, you could say they are relaxing, but this is relaxation they can have at home. So why are they here? Well, a lot of wonderful things have happened with people. Every now and again, we are assailed with ailments that we would not expect and sometimes are unprepared for, financially and otherwise.
Part of the N5 spinal realignment bed. It's a leg and hand stimulator. What does it do? It helps to relieve pain for those that have arthritis, rheumatism, numbness. You can now get them and have them at the comfort of your home. The little time you come in here using for 20-30 minutes is not enough.
For example, see the case of Mama. Mama is 81 years now. Many years ago, when she was in her 70s, she could barely walk and could not eat food with any form of enjoyment. But today, the case is different. For many years, I could hardly walk. When I did walk, it was with a lot of discomfort. Today, it's a different story. I'm very happy. Mama has used the multi-heating jacket, the N5 realignment bed. She has used the long mat and the hot seat. And today, she can dance, she can walk with or without her walking stick. She speaks to us in her dialect, but I've summed up her experience and you can see for yourself. Many people come from far and near to get hope, to get succor when they are uncomfortable, when they suffer from ill health or have had an accident. See the case of Frederick Jaja, who is 54 years old.
I use the spinal realignment bed. I use the E5, the stimulator, then use the hot seat and jacket. Why I actually use the hot seat is because when I had the stroke, the thing affected my urinary bladder. When I drink water, the water goes off. So when I now use this hot seat, after 3 months, the thing repaired itself. I feel better because I was not walking before. Now I can walk. I can even, this hand was dangling, this leg was dangling. But today I use the hand to wash. I use my leg to walk around.
In 2016, he suffered a partial stroke, and he was on medication for a number of months. But it tells us that for 3 years, he has not taken any medication. He has used something called the spinal realignment bed, a stimulator, the hot seat, and the jacket. What is important and remarkable is that today Frederick Jaja can walk, can talk, can run, and can spend quality time with his family and friends. He talks about going back to his business next year. Keep watching Wellness and Living. We bring you the good news about your wellness and your great health. In subsequent episodes, we'll tell you more about Tomanium and miracle stones that contain electrolytes. If you observe your body regularly, you will know when something changes. If discomfort persists for more than 36 to 48 hours, you should find out what the issue is. Sometimes it could be a small thing. It could be what you are eating. It could be the quantity of what you are eating. It could be how you prepare your food. It could be the types of meals that you are eating. Perhaps you lack rest. You wake up very early and you go to bed very late at night. Whatever it may be. This body is all you have to spend all your life in. It behoves you then to ensure that your body at all times is working at optimal capacity, especially if you want a fulfilling existence. And that's what we all desire at the end of the day, isn't it? We've talked about bloating. And we thank you for listening and learning. Please join us, as you always do, on our social media handle, Wellness and Living at Nigerian Television Authority. Would love to see you there, and the doors of communication are always open. My name is Thelma Obaze. It's always a pleasure to spend time with you on Wellness and Living. For now, it's a wrap.
Time is the measure of all things, but is itself immeasurable, and the grand disclosure of all things, but is itself undisclosed. Charles Caleb Colton. Indeed, for every writer, time is so precious. Time spent writing, creating worlds, and sometimes putting down history on paper. For the reader, time is golden because every knowledge accumulated from a book stays in the heart and every page must count. One epic book that translates time both the historical and psychological study of man, his decisions and actions, is Measuring Time by King Prize winner Helen Habila. Measuring Time is a story of Nigeria told vividly through the characters and how their fears, ambitions, aspirations and philosophy affect their society. Measuring Time is a story of twin brothers, Mamo and Lamamo, whose lives their domineering father, Lamang, controls. Mamo and Lamamo, whose health and intellectual differences never allowed them to pursue the same dream that will ensure their fame.
Now, Measuring Time is historical in conception, it is biographical, and it is also something that dealt with a part of Nigeria which people previously may not have had much information. I found the work very interesting to read. It is a good story about a particular family living amid some problems in the society, living under a particular hegemony, and aspirations of two young fellows who are twins in that family, Mamo and Lamamo, who later went their different paths. They are twins, but they have different attitudes, and they developed their different aspirations, and they went apart and came together.
Some kind of emotional estrangement between parents and the sons, and the husband and wife, and what it could cause in terms of eliciting negative feelings from children, which generally leads to family becoming disoriented. And then, well, against the backdrop of this, we have a lot of we have things about Nigerian politics thrown in, the social conditions in that part of the world.
Measuring Time is an anthology of measurable stories of individuals who come to form the entire story of a nation. It's a novel in which twins and history are central. As Habila examines the theme of war, religious violence, political instability, deceit, poverty, corruption, among others.
The thing I see as his message, central message is that it is good for us to document our history so that their history will not elude us. Because by the time that history goes out of our grasp, we may lose our essence as a people. I think that is an important thing, which alternately the writer did by writing that book, Measuring Time.
That you have to be careful what you do in a family, because it could lead to results for children, for the parents, and for society.
The novel ends with Mamo's resolution to write the biography of his people, thus celebrating their survival, the value for culture and respect for tradition. Habila also explored the important role of time in measuring man's stages in life.
Look at the title, Measuring Time. Time is vast, but you can still measure it by accounting for your own space within that time. So we need to allow several narratives to flourish in Nigeria, and from there we can learn from each, and sometimes we may put all those narratives together and we'll know that this is the Nigerian narrative.
A reflective book indeed, as the author painted Africa's history and the origins of our plants, touching on education, responsibility, and man's quest for liberation. No doubt, Helen Habila has successfully used his work to paint a picture of how we want to spend our time. Because books have a unique way of stopping time in a particular moment and saying, let's not forget this.
My name is Yemi Adetunji, the COO downstream of NNPC. Ever since the closure of the borders, we have seen a marked reduction, about 10%, in terms of the evacuation of what you call loadouts of PMS, which equates to about 6 million liters per day. Essentially because of the border closure, because of certain aspects we've also done as NNPC, working with our sister organizations, sister agencies, Nigerian Customs, DPR, Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, and other agencies, and also what we call Operation White, which is an intervention we have put in place to trace and track every molecule of petroleum products as they arrive in country through the vessels, as they move through the depots, and as they are evacuated with trucks out of the depots.
This is the network service of the NTA.
Building our great country, the Nigeria of our dream, is a collective responsibility of everyone. We must all contribute our quota in one way or the other. Bakers are not left out in this mission, as creativity in the baking industry is gradually becoming a gold mine that can be employed to grow the economy of our nation. This is Baker's World on NTA. It's a program that updates you on trending cake recipes, sugar craft designs, events in the baking industry. I am Funke Oyeyele. Thanks for watching. This episode of Baker's World is specially packaged to share with you the height of innovation and creativity displayed in a cake exhibition some time ago in Abuja. Baker's World crew was there to capture some interesting highlights of the event. Please relax and enjoy it. Globally, cake making as well as sugar craft has taken a new dimension. Nigerian bakers are not left behind in this trend of creativity.
When you compare what we have presented, I've had the privilege since I've joined to attend the international conventions in US. So, and when I look at what they are presenting and what we are presenting, I think we can compete favorably.
Magnificent. I think it's a wonderful opportunity, especially for young people, to learn arts and crafts of baking and also to demonstrate their ability in craftsmanship. Well, the first impression I had actually is the fact that we complain about employment in Nigeria. We worry about government providing employment, but this tells you that there is no need for us to wait for government. People here are providing employment for young people. They are providing employment for themselves and generating income and also being able to feed their family. I think it's wonderful to develop the industry and make sure that the industry grow beyond what it is right at the moment.
In an attempt to sustain this development, creative bakers in Nigeria organize a yearly event known as Big Day of Sharing. The well-planned and organized occasion features cake tutorial classes, cake exhibition, live competition, business networking, and mentoring by seasoned facilitators and sales of baking tools by major vendors. This year's International Cake Exploration Society, FCT chapter, Big Day of Sharing tagged Sugar Craft, Building a Great Nation took place in Abuja. The colorful event was well attended by cake makers from different locations in the FCT and beyond. You may ask, what is really the big day of sharing?
It's a group of sugar artists, okay, promoting the act of sugar, and like our motto says, icing caring, everyone sharing. It's actually a place of building one another in the craft, and then helping one, encouraging the upcoming ones to move the business.
Usually we have our days of sharings, our meetings bi-monthly, but this one comes once in a year. This particular one, we have team dates, sugar craft, building a great nation. Yes, we want to tell the world that we can actually build our great nation, Nigeria, through sugar craft. Now I'll give you an example. Now we bake, we buy a lot of products, and that's pumping money into the society. You know, our work has a lot of tentacles.
This will impact a lot of people, because in our profession, you find that the way you do a certain technique, you might find a better technique. Like there was a class I sat in, I knew what they were going to do, but the technique that was applied this time was a very simple one. So I was able to pick at least one thing from that particular class. And for those upcoming bakers, it is a way of encouraging them. It is a way for them to see that there is a whole lot in the sugar craft world.
The unveiling of the cake marked the opening ceremony of the event. This massive, mind-blowing showstopper of a cake, created by a group of bakers, depicting how different sectors of the economy can function in synergy with one another to facilitate smooth journey of Nigeria to greatness.
This is actually the cake of the show for the ICE's big day of sharing, and the theme is building a nation through sugar. So we decided to think about the things that can actually build a nation. And we know that some major things are important, like education. That's the education, that's the school, and those are the children going to school. And without education, we are actually nowhere in the nation. And also we have very good road, that's infrastructure. We have other things we could display for infrastructure, but we know that in Nigeria, our nation, we have very good roads. Then also the health sector is very important, because the truth is a healthy nation is a safe nation. Okay, so our health department, that's the hospital, and you can see our wonderful sugar ambulance. You could see the electricity. We're trying to portray electricity. We have good street lights. So that's how we came up, that's how we portrayed the electricity. Also, we have an industry, and the industry we are trying to project out to the public is our baking industry. And honestly, I don't think a nation can actually survive without the baking industry. Yes, because the baking industry is, we actually give the world reasons to celebrate. We give you reasons, you know, we make the celebration more very interesting and all. So without a cake, you can't have, you're just having a meeting. Okay, so that's why we have the kitchen there. The ham is lifting up the coat, is lifting, it's just like saying the tribes in the country lifting up, you know, the coat of arms, trying to say in unity we stand. So that's why we have the ham and lifting up the coat of arms there. A farm hidden somewhere there, but it's portraying the agriculture. And you know, agriculture is like the wealth of a nation.
The IC's FCT liaison officer, Mrs. Feikemi Arola Shafel, led the guests on a tour around the array of masterpieces displayed.
As a nation, we need to trust God to take us further. This is great. We wish Baba was here to see what's happening here. Great creativity here. This one is by Party Clothes. And here we also have a lovely piece here. This is for children celebrating. Of course, the children, they are the future of the nation, so we need to celebrate them. So that's what is being depicted here. Lovely piece. We are building our nation, you know. You can't even build a nation where there is no law. Do I have a witness? So this cake is actually depicting love and celebration. Well done, Stitch and Base. Building our nation through tourism. I guess this is Yankari Games Reserve. Nigeria is blessed. We are so blessed. And this is from Comfort World. Wow. Agriculture and our cultural heritage is being depicted here. Great work by Comfort World and Cake.
Some cake makers step up their creative capabilities by attending cake shows and trainings that keep them abreast of latest sugar craft designs and cake recipes across the globe.
Everybody knows right now in Nigeria we want to eat fluffy cakes, rich cakes, something that you've eaten sometime when you travel. So we're bringing it back home. So I was able to give a class on it, and it's been an amazing experience because I enjoyed the class, the students enjoyed the class. It will help their business take it to another level. If you're a customer and you eat something you've had outside in the country, definitely you'll go back to that baker. So it's all about sharing. ISIS is all about sharing, so that's what we came here to do today.
At the big day of sharing, some seasoned facilitators expose the participant to some latest cake recipes and sugar craft designs. Mojisola Saliu Aino, a facilitator from Lagos, took a demonstration class where she taught interested bakers how to create a trending sugar basket. This facilitator explicitly explained how to use some freestanding sugar to get a beautiful dome-shaped basket with a natural wood effect.
This is a basket, and this basket can actually serve so many purposes. You know, most of the time when they ask us for engagement cake and they say they want a fruit basket, sometimes they may want a flower basket. In fact, the first one we did had flowers in them, and then sometimes it could be fruits. It depends on what you want to do, and it can be bigger than this. So you have your cake covered. So the first thing you're going to start with is you're going to measure. You have to first of all get the height of your cake. Now this cake is exactly 5.5 inches high. I do freehand, but for a guide, for you to get a guide, just get your round cutter and then cut through. Now remember that when you are cutting, measure your paper. You start with your paper, measure your paper first and get that particular height we are looking for. 5.5. You've gotten your 5.5 and then we can mark it. So we've cut through. So with your round cutter, you just get something like this. This is what we want to do. You have to trace it out on a paper first. You trim it out, cut out the pattern. What we are doing now is that we are forming a template. Get the card, place it on your card, trace it out again and cut it out. And then I'll cut the pastelage ahead of time and it is dry. It cannot break, nothing can happen to it. It's meant to be completely round, but because I wanted it to have that basket shape, so I'm not giving it a sharp edge down here. I just cut a little from the down so that this will be able to sit down and give us that basket effect. Your messy paste, CMC, fondant and water to stick, or use your royal ice. I use royal ice in here, but you have to be as careful as possible so that it's not messy and all of that, and then you pull it through. All this pastel, they dried in a few hours. So you can see the bottom that I slashed is sitting. If it were sharp, it won't sit. This one's best is that to make it even easier for you to begin to place